Gavin Dawson here. I have things the Cowboys must do to stack wins in 2025. Here I am on vacation, but right behind me, I'm in Cannon Beach, Oregon. That is Haystack Rock. We took a walk out there earlier, a couple of miles. My hip's bugging me. But anyway, neither here nor there. What's important is I was looking at Haystack and I was thinking about all the different ways we use the word stack in football. And then on my way back, I was like, holy crap, I got to do a video because all these are important for the Cowboys in 2025. If they're going to win, they got to fix these stacking dynamics. First thing is having to stack the box to stop the run on defense. You know, last year the Cowboys gave up 48 big plays, explosives. That was third worst in the league. Only Cleveland and Cincinnati were worse. And why did that happen? Well, Dan Quinn, Mike Zimmer, Matt Eberflus probably going to find out the same thing. The Cowboys could be a lot better stopping the run and to a man. And as a result of that, they have to commit extra resources in the form of that down safety. Cowboys have been running amongst league leaders in combined cover 3 and cover 1 over the last couple of years, and it was disappointing. You know, when Mike Zimmer comes aboard, he's known for the cover 2, and he's got to play single high shells, and it just got them absolutely crushed in the form of big plays. I don't think you can win games. I don't think you can have a good defense if you have to play single high shells as much as the Cowboys did last year. So that is absolutely the first thing, breaking your dependency on cover 1 and cover 3 so you can sit back and limit the explosive plays. It really is wild. You know, in 2015, passing offenses were going crazy. The Steelers averaged like 435 yards passing offense per game. And then by 2019, the entire league was just lighting defenses on fire. And defensive coordinators went in the lab for about a half decade. Last year, their results came, and it was good. And they did a great job limiting even 20 air yard attempts downfield were down. Explosive plays were down. Passing yards were down. All that was down. And the Cowboys right now are unable to commit to that strategy because they have to worry about the defense so much. NFL teams have figured out we can just run it against the Cowboys. And as a result, what has happened is while the Cowboys have spent so many great resources and put together this great package of edge rushers, and they have spent quite a few resources on the cornerback position. They go edge and corner mostly on defense because they want to stop the explosives. But the ironic thing here is that as they continue to chase stopping the big passing plays, it's made them so bad against the run, they got to use an extra defender who specializes in taking away the pass against the run, and the results are predictably devastating. By the way, while they did lead the league in putting 8 men in the box, they also led the league in giving up yards with 8 men in the box, over 5 in attempts. So Matt Eberflus has got to get those stacked box dynamics fixed in a big way for this Cowboys defense, or I do not believe they are ever going to be successful. Okay, well, way number 2, we use the word stacked in the world of football. It is stacking linebackers behind defensive linemen, and I actually think this is pretty dang exciting, even though Matt Eberflus is not going to use that technique, that strategy. That was more of a Mike Zimmer thing with a 2-gap read and react defensive lineman. Flus is going to send those defensive linemen into the gap right off the snap and, in theory, disrupt the offensive line and give the linebackers more space and gaps to just run freely into. So we will see if that works. But the thing I'm optimistic about is we knew last year's strategy was really not a good fit, and we're hoping that with this personnel we can get better results with the Matt Eberflus style as compared to Mike Zimmer. Okay, way number 3, we use the word stack. We're actually going to come over to the offense now, and this is where it gets really, really fun because we're talking about stacking wide receivers, bunches and stacks. Jalen Tolbert is really good at this. You know, when you talk about Schottenheimer taking over, Clayton Adams, how different is this offense going to look? You know, one of the biggest problems is not getting Dak Prescott easy opportunities to make plays. You know, he's got to fight for everything, contested catches, comebacks, you know, and as a result, turnovers were a problem last year for Dak. So we need high completion percentages, and we need early in the play to get the ball out for Dak Prescott. And I think those bunches and stacks can do big things for Jalen Tolbert and for CeeDee Lamb as well on the inside, getting those breaks. It's so much easier. You get that release, and you're not only is your DB worried about you, but if you do it right, you can actually rub or pick another one of your teammates' corners as well in the same motion. So why they did not do that more, leaves something to be desired, but it's also a huge opportunity to improve the Cowboys if they can get that done. Okay, you also look at stacking DBs behind you. That's a big one, for any wide receiver who doesn't have the great speed to run away or the great height like a George Pickens. Maybe that's CeeDee Lamb, maybe that's Jalen Tolbert. But the idea is like I'm stacking the ocean right now. I get behind the ocean and then I go. He's on my back. He cannot come through my back to get the ball. He tries to go this way. I move a little bit. I got him stacked. I got that ocean stacked right now. He cannot get. So all I need is Dak to put this ball out here. Dude's on my back, we're gravy, right? So, I think that's a fun way of using the stacked word. But the most fun way that we use that word in football is old Bill Parcellsism. And Brian Broaddus told me about this. He said, when you think you're loaded at a spot, like, oh man, our edges, we got 2 or 3 of these guys. They're pretty dang good. Bill Parcells would say that is the point you want to stack them up like club sandwiches, because the defensive line is a spot where you are going to get exhausted. You are going to need depth. If you only got one of them, that dude is going to be tired in the fourth quarter. Say hello to TJ Watt, say hello to Micah Parsons. You need guys. You need lots of guys to take advantage and to keep those offensive linemen working as much as possible throughout the game so you can wear them down for the fourth. So they finally got that. I mean, holy cow, Ezra Raku, along with Micah Parsons, Sam Williams, Nealon, and then Peyton Turner, Solomon Thomas. I know those guys could be inside-outside type of dudes, but they got a lot of defensive linemen on this team, and I think Pro Football Focus was underestimating them in a significant way when they recently ranked them 12th. So there you have it. How the Cowboys stack wins in 2025. We're back tomorrow for a 4th of July Cowboys video. I'll be doing that one live from Seaside, which is just up the road, more of a touristy type of spot than a big fireworks show. And I'll be doing a Cowboy content video right in the midst of it. So check back tomorrow. Till then, how about wow?